believe in hard work and being helpful. In today's story, a young orphan boy becomes a king through his humble service to others. Let's hear today's story from these 4 fabulous Nalibali storytellers.
Nalibali! A bowl of Phutu. There once was a boy who had no family and no place to stay. So the people in the nearby village named him Mulatlehi, which means the lost one. But he did not mind the name they gave him because he was sure that one day he'd have a home and a family. Every day Mulatlehi went down the river and tried to catch some fish so he'd have something to eat. If he caught nothing, he'd be waiting for hours. Other days he'd be going down and picking some berries and fruits from trees. And if he didn't get any, he'd go to sleep hungry.
One day, as Mulatlehi was hoping to catch fish for dinner, a few washerwomen came to wash their clothes and saw him. "Oh no," said one of the women. "He's almost as thin as a stick in his hand." She then walked over to Mulatlehi and sat down beside him. "You look hungry," she said. "Here, take this bowl of Phutu to eat." "Thank you," said Mulatlehi, who was very happy to get the food. After that day, the washerwoman always bought a bowl of Phutu for Mulatlehi when she went to do her washing. "Thank you," said Mulatlehi. "One day, I will find a way to pay you back for your kindness." Then the day came, Mulatlehi had become a young man, old enough and strong enough to search for a home of his own.
Now at last, it was time to leave this place and find a home. The only person he spoke to before he left was the woman who had always given him food. He said goodbye, and again he said, "I promise that one day I will pay you back for being so kind to me." Mulatlehi packed what little he had in his bag and took the long spear he had made for himself. Then he walked along the path that led him into the African bush. It took many months as Mulatlehi searched for a place he could call home. He walked for many months until the day came he thought he'd never find a place. He was tired and hungry, but saw a group of men sitting in the shade of a big tree. Mulatlehi was happy, smiled and greeted them. The men were friendly and greeted him too. As he was about to leave, one of the men stopped him and asked, "Wait, what is your name?" Mulatlehi said, "I do not know. People call me Mulatlehi, the last one." "Come back to our village with us," the man said. "You look like you need some good food and a place to rest." Mulatlehi went back with the men and everyone in the village welcomed him. Mulatlehi knew that in this village he would at least have a home and some friends. He worked hard, was kind, caring and helped everyone in need. Everyone loved Mulatlehi, even the old king who had no sons. When the old king died, all the villagers begged Mulatlehi to become their king. Of course Mulatlehi said yes, and there was a great feast and the people of the village renamed him King Lebohang, which means be thankful. The first thing King Lebohang did was send out a search party to find the washerwoman who had been so kind to him when he was a boy. When the men returned, they brought an old woman who knelt before King Lebohang, shaking. King Lebohang recognized her immediately, stood up and walked towards her and knelt beside her, holding out a bowl of Phutu. The old woman took the bowl and was shocked to see that it was full of gold. She looked up at the king. "Mulatlehi," she whispered. "Yes," said the king. "I promised you that I would pay you back someday." Everyone should remember a promise, and everyone should be thankful when someone is kind to them.
This is a retelling of a Chinese traditional story in a South African setting, which makes you think, why did the washerwoman help Mulatlehi when he was a boy? Should she have expected to be paid for feeding him? Tell us what you think. Find us on Facebook at Nalibali SA. Bye for now.